Chapter 2 Shri Sadguru said, in this dreadful Kali Yuga, the Vedic path has faded out due to the onslaught of people opposed to Vedas. All the men were roaming about like cunning foxes, deeply inspired and carried away by the Buddhist code. Many were attracted by the anti Vedic creed of Jainism and have given up faith in the yajnas prescribed by the Vedas. Nowhere on this earth was heard the chanting of the holy names of Lord Hari. Everywhere the repetition of concocted and untenable idea of Maya, illusion alone, was heard. Some who followed the principles of Mimamsa were deeply rooted in the Vedas and considered karma to be all powerful. Hence, they engaged in various rituals, ignoring chanting of the divine names of Lord Sri Hari. Some appeared to be Vaishnavas, devotees of Vishnu. They were opposed to the Vedic path and interested in acting independently, speaking highly of the Pancharatra rites, advocating magic. All the Shaivites, devotees of Lord Shiva, were opposed to the Vedas. They followed the Agamas, smeared their bodies with holy ash, abused the Brahmanas endlessly, and wandered about with skulls in their hands. Thus, when the world became totally polluted with anti Vedic activities, the Lord of Kailash descended on the earth, making his very name Shambhu meaningful. In the holy land of Kerala, on the delightful bank of river Purna, there is a beautiful village named Kaladi, which is worshipped and revered by all noble men. In that village lived a Brahmana called Shivaguru, the best of all learned men and scholars of the Vedas. He was an ardent Shiva Bhakta, devotee of Lord Shiva, and a man of noble character. Aryambal, his wife, was keen on attending to all the needs of her husband. She was very beautiful, good natured, and comparable to Anusuya in her chastity. Alas, this couple did not have any issue. Hence, they were always offering prayers to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, the one adorned with crescent moon on his head, Nilakanta, the one whose neck is reflecting the dark blue color of the poison he had consumed earlier, Mahadeva, and the ocean of mercy appeared in their dream. Seeing the god with a form radiant like pure marble and adorned like a snake around his neck, Shivaguru, the noblest of the Brahmanas, prostrated at his feet and worshipped him. Lord Shiva, the consort of Devi Parvati, who has the celestial bull as his carrier and who is easily pleased, consoled Shivaguru with Abhayamudra and spoke thus. Sri Rudra said, O illustrious Brahmana, for the welfare of humanity, I shall soon incarnate myself as the son of both of you. Sri Sadguru continued. Shivaguru was filled with wonder and joy, recalling the words spoken to him in the dream by Lord Shambhu, the Devadeva. Then, within a short span of time, Aryambal became pregnant, and like Devi Kaushalya carrying Sri Rama, bore in her womb a manifestation of Lord Shambhu and the baby which was to bring happiness to the world. In order to bestow well-being and happiness on this world, Sri Shiva, the Mahadeva, descended on earth in the Tamil month of Vaikasi, May-June, under the star Tiruvadirai. The parents became immensely happy seeing the beautiful baby with a face like blooming lotus and lustrous body like glittering spotless marble. Along the other Vedic Brahmanas, Shivaguru performed the ceremonial rites of Jataka Karmam, etc. Considering the baby to be Shiva incarnate, he named him Shankara. In his childhood, Sri Shankara engaged in many absorbing sports and games and gladdened the hearts of the people around. Sri Shankara used to spend his time with the other boys of the village on the bank of river Purna, worshipping the Murti deity of Lord Krishna. This son of Sri Shivaguru used to listen to the enchanting stories of the divine sports, Leela, of Lord Krishna, narrated by his mother, and thus nurtured devotion of a very high order towards Shri Govinda. This illustrious man of wisdom, Jnani Shankara, used to go to the Sri Krishna temple daily along with his mother and worship the Lord, rendering many devotional verses, stotras. At times he would chant Sri Krishna's sweet names and danced accompanied by other boys. At other times he would shed tears of bhakti and weep very softly, pleading to the Lord Sri Krishna to bless him with his darshan. Sometimes Sri Shankara would get immersed in meditation on Lord Krishna, the lotus-eyed Achyuta. Sometimes he would laugh to himself, thinking about the pranks of the child Sri Krishna. Thus, he reached the height of spiritual achievements so that he could see everything as Lord Govinda and develop the attitude of Advaita, the indivisibility of the eternal self and the individual self, the Paramatma and the Jivatma. In deep meditation, he reached the Turiya stage and became mentally one with the Supreme Self. Shivaguru, who had great affection for his son, experienced immense happiness to see Shankara totally immersed in the luscious sweetness of Krishna Bhakti. He performed the ceremonies of Chaulam and Upanayanam of Sri Shankara at the appropriate times. As he himself was a great and a noble Brahmanottama, he systematically taught all the Vedas to Shankara. Shankara, endowed with divine wisdom, blossomed into a blemishless and a great scholar of the highest order within a short time. Thus ends chapter 2 entitled Sri Shankara Vijayam of Book 1 of Sri Vaishnava Samhita, composed by Shri Krishna Premi Swamigal.